And good morning, everybody. It is Tom Chenault, and I do hope you're having an unbelievable day. Denise and I had the nicest weekend, and I want to tell you, it is great to be alive, especially on a Monday. And I've got a few things on my mind this morning that I really want you to get to. Number one, out there in that field, you walk out your front door this morning, you're going to see the beautiful flowers, or you're going to see a couple of weeds. If you're looking for weeds in your business or in your life or everything else, I promise you, you're going to see them. If you're looking for flowers, you're going to see those. And most of us are looking for a weed to give us an excuse not to go for it. And don't do that. I'm going to tell you something. You're going to see something. I mean, if you look hard enough, you're going to see something wrong with absolutely everything. You would see something wrong with Denise Chenault. And in my eyes, the woman is perfect. She's nothing but flowers. And I'm telling you, you don't need to do that. And I'm going to say why it happens. It's because your reason isn't big enough. I want you to think about that. If your reason is big enough, there is no excuse that is going to stop you from hitting it. But if your reasons aren't etched in stone, if your goals aren't etched in stone, I can promise you one thing. One little thing is going to tip you over every time. It's almost like you're seeking it out and you don't even know it. So don't let that happen today. So if somebody tells you no to the business, it's okay. If somebody, that Y Team Tools website, I looked at that website and I was all irritated for about 30 seconds because there's 2 typos on that page. That could have kicked 2 of us out of the game, because I know another perfectionist in this thing that would say, oh man, if they can't even spell a couple of words right, like additional and nutritional, this website must be absolutely useless. Or I can say, it's just some person that can't type the word additional or type the word nutritional. I think I better look a little further, because my goal is to have a huge, huge business. And in that Y Team Tools website, there is a lot of books. There's a lot of tools there that I need for my business. The point I'm trying to make for it to you is look for the flowers, not the weeds. It's critically important out there. So, success is not to be pursued. It's to be attracted by the person you become. Think about that. Are you being personally developed every day? As we stand out there and we look out there in the big wide world, and we're saying, here's the person I'm looking at over there, and I'm judging that human being. All of a sudden say, man alive, my team is probably judging me exactly the same way. And I know several of you have issues with me as an upline. And I'm going to tell you something. I am who I am what I am, and I'm going to be great as I can be. I promise you that. But I'm asking you this. Are you measuring me with the same diligence you measure yourself? Or are you measuring yourself with the same diligence that you measure me? Think about that a little bit. As you go through the day today, am I the person I'm criticizing Tom for not being? Am I that good? And if you are, I say thank you. If you're not, I say you have got to get better, because I'm not criticizing my upline. So I might be a lot of bad things, but one thing I am not, it's a hypocrite. I'll guarantee you one thing right now, I am who I am. So think about that a little bit. And that's not a bad thing. Just understand that there's a lot of people that have a lot of things going on, and sometimes you need to cut them a tiny bit of slack. Not me in this case. I have nothing going on. I am driving to Triple Diamond. I used myself as an example there because it was the easiest one to use. But I'm going to tell you, anybody that you've got issues in your business with, I want you to have issues with them as long as you are walking your talk and you're playing it gigantic. The walls we build around us to keep out the sadness also keep out the joy. That's Jim Rohn. The leadership is the challenge to be something more than average. Absolutely right. The major reason for setting a goal is for what it makes of you to accomplish it. What it makes of you will be far greater than what you get. So the person that you become in this business, when you reach out there and you reach up and you're awesome and you've got the personal training down, you've got the business training down, and you're this unbelievable human being, you're going to look back and you're say, I got a huge paycheck out of this. Am I hearing noise like I'm not muting? Okay, now I'm thinking it's muting. All right, so maybe, just maybe, we all need to look in our business and say, who am I becoming? Who am I today? And I look back on network marketing, and I got in this industry when I quit drinking. And I was this self-absorbed ego maniac jerk. Holy terrible bag of flesh. And I was a stockbroker. And I wanted all this money, and I had these 2 kids that were completely strangers to me, and I was a terrible husband. And I quit drinking 22 years ago, and I got into the network marketing business. And here I am 22 years later, and the guy I was trying to be back there when I was a stockbroker, I want no part of that guy. I wouldn't want to be that guy for all the money in the world. He was a jerk. But this business has given me access to who I want to be. And it gave me access to the fact I can be that guy. I can be a great husband. I can be a great dad. I can be a great friend. I can help people get what they want out of their life. I can own my life. It is the most unbelievable freedom in the world. And you know what? The journey was far, far better than the destination. I hope I haven't hit the destination yet, because the journey has been so awesome. And each and every one of you at the end of the day, I look at Dan Sutherland and I look at the progress, this guy coming out of his shell, just really reaching up and reaching out and grabbing his life, and seeing Marianne coming in the door, and seeing the various people, and my little buddy Denise from Oceanside. I talked to her late last night, and she said, I'm going to set my alarm. I'm going to get up at 5:30 in the morning. I am not going to take having the life I've got. I'm going to get the life I want. And I love that about this business. I love the fact that each and every one of you can have that. So that for every disciplined effort, there is a multiple reward. Think about that a little bit. For every disciplined effort, there is a multiple reward. You have to read that coffee shop interview today. And then once you do that, you've got to be able to go out there and have the discipline to do 2 interviews and not throw up on somebody with either the products or the business, and then come back to them and say, I've been thinking about you, and I've got an idea that just exactly might fit your life to a T. Those people will flip out, but that takes discipline. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishments, you guys. Every one of you can hit those absolute goals that you want. You can accomplish what you want. You can have what you want. I promise you, this industry works. I promise you, longevity works. I promise you, the Wallachs are extraordinary, honest people. I promise you all of those things. So the variable out there, I swear to you, is you, your belief in the industry, your belief in longevity, and most important, your belief. I know somebody in this business that is still doing due diligence on longevity after 12 years and $1 million in their bank account. I know somebody still saying, well, I'm still kind of checking it out. They've been in the business more than 12 years, and they've made over $1 million, and they're still kind of checking it out. They still haven't dove in the water. They've got a couple of feet in it, and they've made a lot of money, but the money they could have made if they would have just had the belief in the everything else, and had the same, I'm trying to verbalize this. If they would have just checked this company with the same standards that they had, if they would have checked themselves with the same standards that they checked the company, they'd be rich right now. They would have had more money than anything, because they could have done it. They did it to an extent, but they could have really done it if they would have gotten all in. But sometimes we get so successful that we're waiting for the other shoe to fall, if that makes sense. And I'll tell you something. This is too good to be true. This industry is too good to be true. Longevity is too good to be true. All you need to be is too good to be true. You get in it. You get in it like a Ken Smith. You get in it like a Greg Arnold. You get in it like an Earlene Downey, like a Lisa Barney. You get in it and you get after it, and you're going to get it. I promise you. There is nothing left to chance. We've got it there for you. You just have to go get it. And I know you can do it. So tonight, Buzz Coffee, 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock leaders meeting. Be there early. Be there with your hair on fire, and bring your team. And I don't care where you live. Start a meeting. If it's in your house, I don't care if it's in your car. Get 2 people together. Then it turns into 3. Then it turns into 6. I love you guys. I'll see you in the morning.